Hi, my name is Sofia Costa, and this is my roleplay video. Currently, I'm a social worker at a walk-in counseling facility for a college counseling center. It offers counseling for college students. It offers referrals for resources in the community if they have problems with financial assistance, placement, or mental health issues, or just need to come in and speak to anyone in general. Right now, I'm going to be meeting with a 19-year-old male from the college who says he has family issues. This is all he has written on his intake form, so I have any idea what else he needs to speak about at the moment. Um, he says he was referred here by a friend who also comes to the center. I've gone over the confidentiality agreement with him and the disclosure form as well. I've let him know that if anything legal comes up and I have to go to court, that I am a mandated reporter, so I will have to disclose anything that he said in our sessions regarding any abuse or physical harm to himself or others. He has signed both the disclosure and confidentiality agreements, and so we can go forward with the session. Hello, how are you?
How you doing today?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Alex. How are you?
And how old are you?
19.
Okay, so do you go to the college up the street?
Yes, I'm a student at college.
Okay, so how is school going for you so far?
It's okay. I mean, being a student athlete and all, I mean, it has its ups and downs, but on the academic side, it's on the verge of, stressful, but manageable.
Okay, and how are things for you at home?
They're okay. Every teen student has their, problems at home, but something I don't really like to pay much attention to.
Okay, so on your intake form, you said you're having some family issues at home. Is that what brings you in today?
Kinda, yeah. I'm not much to talk about it like that, but I felt like it was just that time.
Okay, so let's dive in a little deeper to that. So, what kind of relationship do you have with your family currently, and in a certain, in general, in your living situation?
Okay, so me and my mother are always really good friends, not just on a mom and son relationship, but on a relationship where I feel like I can tell her a lot of things. My dad, on the other hand, a little different, a tough, hard love side, He was always there to supply me with advice and everything that I needed him help for, but it's a little hard opening up to him with certain things that you can open up to my mom too.
Why is that? Is he more old-fashioned or male-oriented, or
Yeah, a little bit of both.
okay? So, what are your feelings towards your father with the issues that you're having currently that you're saying that are bringing you into the center today?
Not really that I have a problem with my father, I just have a problem on how he sees certain things, like his, aspect, the views on things in life.
Okay, and what would those views in life be that are troubling you at the moment?
His certain opinions and certain, situations that he sees things that were current situations happening on in this day, like, same-sex marriage or, lesbian, transgender, gay, bisexual activities and stuff like that.
Okay, so just because you brought that particular issue up out of any other issues that might have been going on, what are your views on the same-sex marriage thing and things of that nature?
I don't have nothing wrong with it at all. I feel like, if you love the person, you should belong with that person. Some people seem different. Some people are more old fashioned, I guess, just because I was born in a new modern age. But I feel like if you love the person and care for that person, just because they're the same sex as you doesn't mean you guys can't be together.
Does it bother you that he has these old-fashioned views on it, and is there a reason more in tune with you as to why it's bothering you so much?
I mean, of course it does bother me, but at the same time, like, it is my father, so even though he has his opinion on the aspect in that situation, it bothers me, but it doesn't bother me at this instant because that's my father. And at the same time, where, in high school, my father always told me, "Oh, if you have anything to tell me, you can talk to me about it." But it was always in a certain situation where I felt like I couldn't talk to him about it.
Okay, so what is it that you feel you can't speak to your father about now that's making it so difficult for you day to day? What is it that brought you here today?
Okay, so growing up being a star wrestler, always like in middle school, high school, now that I'm in college, you're always expected in his point as the second man of the house, the one that's going to take charge soon when he's not able to, the one that is going to take over and taking care of the family and raising his own, and that's how he sees it. everything's very manly and old fashioned with him. On my mom's side, she's very loving and caring to a point where it doesn't matter the situation, which is as long as she has her family and her kids are comfortable with what they are and what they do, she doesn't care. She's fine with it.
So what I'm hearing you say is that your father is very male oriented and your mother is more relaxed in the sense that everyone's the same in her eyes.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, at the end of the day, the way it makes me feel doesn't separate the fact that I do love my parents, but other know if they weren't my parents, it would make me feel a different way towards them.
Why is his male orientation affecting you so much? Is there something that's going on with you in your personal orientation that may be affecting the opinions you have on what your father is saying?
Yes, because growing up, my father has built his own personal image of me, not just, around family and his friends, but build up the personal image to a point where everybody sees me the way he sees me. So I have to be this manly star kid, taking lead in the high school, in the college sport that I'm in, and have to be the dominant male in everything, and nothing can be unmanly.
And why is it affecting you in the way that it's affecting you right now to be so manly? Is it that you want to take a step back from sports? Is it that your sexual orientation is different than what your father expects it to be?
Not that I want to take a step back from sports at all. That's one thing I can always thank my father for, is putting me, you know, pushing me to be great in the sport that I'm in. But at the same time, in this sport, such a physical contact sport, if other people were to hear my sexual orientation, they would feel different and look upon me different.
So are you saying to me that right now that you're gay and that your father doesn't know?
Yes, I am gay. My father doesn't know. The only person that does know my mom, but at the same time, she feels like he shouldn't know by her telling him, but by me telling him.
Okay. So do you feel that at some point you would feel more comfortable telling your father, or is it that you're still fearful of how his reaction might be?
It'll be a big, load off of my shoulders if, my father knew, because then it'd be something that I couldn't have to hide from my father. Me and my father are always very open, never really lied to each other about things, we were always very blunt with each other. And keeping this from my father makes me feel like we're losing that connection little by little, and I feel like we're having that load and pressure on me that it's affecting me academically, physically and mentally at the same time.
So do you feel that your father would treat you differently or feel differently towards you if you were to find out?
Oh, I feel like that absolutely, just the way that my father is.
Is there anything that he said or commented on that would make you feel that way?
And it was like little situations, like if he sees a gay couple coming, or a guy doing something feminine, or a guy wearing makeup, or a guy acting like a female. It's just it's not natural environment to him, so it feels out of the ordinary.
How does that make you feel when you hear him comment like that?
I mean, I have to act like nothing bothers me, so I laugh around with him too, joke around with it back, but deep inside, it makes me feel like that's how he'll see me.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you're okay with your mother knowing. Um, your main concern is your father knowing and how he'll react. And
Yes.
you sound like you're concerned or nervous about disappointing your father. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. Um, do you feel like he would stop speaking to you at any point?
I feel like there would be, a little gap, space between me and my father at the moment. But if I was to tell him, he would have to get some time to get used to it, and not just regular time to, like, a couple days or a week. It's gonna take like a couple months to a year probably.
Okay. What is your current living situation right now? Are you dorming or do you stay with your parents?
I dorm. I do dorm here, but I'm always a family person, so I always love to go back, every weekend if I can, or call home when I can.
Okay. So, God forbid you told your father, I'm just asking, and you needed somewhere to go after whatever happened. You'd have somewhere to go. You're not going to be out.
Oh yeah,
Nowhere to
they'll
go.
always
Okay.
take me in.
So it sounds like you have a great relationship with your mom,
Hmm.
and you're able to talk to your mom about anything, which is probably why she knew first. So what we need to focus on right now is building up your support system in the home so that you feel more comfortable speaking to your father about it. So we're going to have to try maybe little baby steps.
That's fine.
maybe bring up first, with your mom, how you can both come up with a plan to speak with your father. Maybe that kind of support would help you out a little more as far as the courage that you need to bring it up with your dad little by little, not all at once.
Okay.
Maybe bring up, I'm having these weird feelings, and then another day go out and purposely go somewhere where you'll see gay couples and see how he reacts, and tell him that makes you feel a certain way and see how he reacts with that. Test the waters. It sounds like your father and you have a very good relationship. In other terms, this is just the only thing that's hindering you guys moving forward with coming out to your father. So maybe go over what you're going to say with your mom first. She knows him a little more than you do. You said they've been together for a very long time. That way you have a support system and you feel strong enough to discuss with him anything that you may feel is going on, and he'll feel more comfortable expressing to you how he feels about it.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to have to come up with a time frame so that we can see how this is going to work. So I don't know if you feel comfortable doing it within the next week or two, but maybe not so fast doing it. Maybe within the next week or two, make up a plan with your mother and come up with a plan yourself. And then I'll see you here in about a week or two for another session to discuss how that went, and then we can plan another session as to what to do next.
Okay, it sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah.
So when you go out to the waiting room, you can just make up your next session, and I'll see you in about a week or two.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? No
Appreciate
problem.
that.
Thank you.